Next up, I grabbed a vase from the thrift store and I want to add some texture to it. So I grabbed some plaster of Paris. I'll link to it down in the description box. And I'm also going to mix that with some white paint.
I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with...
You want the consistency to be thick, but you also want to be able to still paint it on. Next, I'm going to use a foam brush to paint it on my entire vase.
We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times.
Next, I'm going to spray paint them in a silver color. That's going to give me that nice winter look that I'm going for. I also found this set of stems at the thrift store. I didn't even undo the bundle. I just kept them together as a bundle. And I'll just display them in my white vase. If you're as excited for the holidays as I am, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I post new videos on Mondays and Thursdays. You may be wondering about the vase that I have next to the tall one I just created. This is a crock that I picked up from the thrift store, and I'm just going to add some sprigs in there. I believe that I picked these up at Michael's. They're just very simple. I love using simple greenery like this around the holidays because I can use it year after year, and if I want to add a color in, I can do that as well, but it's just a really great base to have. Next, I grabbed a sweater from the thrift store, and I'm going to be using this sweater to create a stocking. So I started by drawing a template just on a scrap piece of poster board that I had on hand, and I'm going to cut out my template, adding about a 1/2 inch around the edge for sewing. Next, I'm going to decide what area of my sweater I want to cut, trace my template on it, and then I'm going to cut out my sweater. Now I need to create 2 pieces so that I have a front and back to my stockings. So I'll just do the same thing on the back, trace my template and cut it out. Next, I'm going to pin it so that the right sides are together. Then I'll go in with my sewing machine and just sew a simple stitch around the edge. Now don't worry if it's not perfect. These sweaters are supposed to have a little bit of character to them. Next, I'm going to turn it right side out. Then I cut off the top portion. And I put it inside of my sweater so that the right sides were together. Now, this step was probably a little too far. I honestly could have just folded it over and it would have been fine, but I wanted the right side to be sticking out. So I just sewed that so that when I fold it over, the right side of the stocking will be showing. So you want to make sure that you create some sort of handle to hang your stocking from. I just grabbed a piece of ribbon and stitched that in place. And here's a look at how this inexpensive sweater stocking from the thrift store turned out. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.